Hey folks, welcome to the new edition of BrushPile Fishing. We are here. It is a hot June morning, almost July, and we're here in Percy Priest here near Nashville, Tennessee. You know when I'm fishing down this way, I've got a favorite guy I like to fish with. Kent Driscoll is going to join us today, but we're not pulling crankbaits. We're not throwing bobbers. We're actually going back old school. We're going to drop some markers in, and we are casting for crappie here in the summertime. I can't wait. It's kind of a lost art in crappie fishing anymore, but Kent says we're going to do it. He says we're going to catch a bunch of fish. Also, starting today in this show, we've got a new segment called Ask the Angler, where we put some information that we were doing this show on Facebook. We had some fans write in and ask questions for Kent and regarding this technique. So it's going to be included in today's show too. Stay tuned. I'm looking forward to this. Percy Priest outside of Nashville, Tennessee, right here on BrushPile Fishing.
Many people look at a lake and feel a sense of calm serenity. Crappie fishermen feel the heart-pounding anticipation of the thump. That's why host Russ Bailey is addicted to crappie fishing. It's this addiction that takes Russ from the Midwest to the Deep South in search of the best lakes, techniques, and patterns from some of the best crappie anglers in the country. Right here on BrushPile Fishing.
All right, folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing here at Percy Priest. As you can tell, it's early in the morning. We're going to do some casting like I talked about in the open. Kent, explain to the folks exactly what we're doing.
So Russ, it's the end of June, summertime fishing for crappie. We're going to cast to brush piles and stake beds today. And we're going to target water in the 15 to 20 foot range. We're going to start out a little bit shallower this morning.
Okay.
And I pulled up to our first spot here. I threw a marker buoy out.
Yep. Old school.
Old school, yeah. And we're just going to fan cast at this brush pile, okay? And this first one we're fishing is actually a stake bed, okay? And it's a pretty good sized bed. It's probably about 20 feet long, and it's probably 7 foot wide. It's got a lot of stakes in it. It's overcast, so the fish should be up in the bed. Yep. So what we want to do is we're going to cast out there. I think I've got a 16th on yours and an 8th on mine. We kind of got to figure out what size they want, but we're going to cast out there. We're going to count the jig down, and when we get to the depth we want, we're probably going to fish about 11 or 12 feet. Okay, so on a 16th ounce jig, you can count 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. On an 8th, it's a little bit faster count, okay? But we're going to count the jig down, and then we're going to start our retrieve.
Okay.
And basically, we want to, in the beginning, we want to drag or pull our jigs over the top of the stakes and catch the fish that are up in the stake bed in the upper part first, okay?
Okay.
And we'll catch, 2 or 3 or 4 probably. They get a little smarter, they'll move down in the bed, and then we'll slow our retrieve down and let our jig fall a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So we're basically going to pick this bed apart. And we're using a 6 foot B&M dock shooter.
Yep.
We've got 6 pound high vis line. I've got weedless jig heads, okay? These are weedless.
You said that's a key today.
That's the key because we're fishing in real heavy cover, but we're fishing all crappie magnet baits, all right? And we're gonna mix it up a little bit with these crappie magnets. The water here's pretty clear. You got about 2 foot of visibility. And I've got Tennessee shad, I've got salt and pepper, I've got Sure Enough, and Arcabutler Gold on right now.
Okay.
So we're gonna try some different colors, and we're also gonna tip with the slab bites from Crappie Magnet.
All right.
And I'll make you a bet.
Okay,
One of us will catch fish on the first cast.
First cast.
First cast.
All right, folks, you heard it right here. We'll see. All right, man.
Let's do it, man.
Dude, we haven't fished together in a while. I'm ready, man.
I know, I'm ready to roll.
All right, here we go, folks.
Yeah, stay tuned. This ought to be fun.
Here's the lake information, sponsored by Mossback Fish Habitat. Your gear and conditions, sponsored by Cornfield Fishing Gear.
What you got there, Mr. Driscoll?
Second cast. I let it down a little bit deeper.
Did you?
Yeah. All right. First blood. Little black crappie. He's not quite a keeper, Russ. He's about a 9-incher.
What they got to be here?
Little black crappie there, 10 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, all the fish got to be 10 inches long. Limit's 30 per person. Yep. But I actually let it down just a little bit, reeled it a little bit slower. And that first fish, I caught him on the Sure Enough.
That's a
magnet.
good color.
Yeah, tipped. I did tip it with a slab bite.
Okay.
Okay. And I was going to show you, that's my weedless jig head. I've got a guy in Alabama that makes these. And it really helps you keep from getting hung up in the brush with that little weed guard. All these beds are real thick.
Yeah.
And these fish, they get down in them. And now listen, I was fishing real slow right then. Did you see me?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was fishing super slow. I was just barely moving that bait. Boy, I hooked him good. Trying not to hurt him because he's a little guy. About another 9-incher, little black crappie.
Now is black crappie predominantly what we're going to catch today?
Yep, yep. We'll catch a few white ones. All right, buddy, good job. First blood, man.
Like you say, nice slow
Yeah.
retrieve.
Every day's different, and you know, we got a full moon today, so it's the fish are probably gonna bite better up in the day.
Yeah.
So we might have to slow down a little bit and just kind of figure out the retrieve. But I was crawling it. I mean, I was literally
Same
crawling
with that
it.
one there.
You know, that's the cool thing about casting. It's like I said earlier, it's kind of a pattern within a pattern.
Right.
Figure out what they want and just keep duplicating it. And it's,
Well,
man, it's just fun to do. So what do you got going on over there? I see you reaching down and like,
hitting my bait pin up.
he's got the old bait pin going.
It saves me from digging in that jar all day long.
Yeah, what color you got on?
I've got the Show Enough with the orange head.
Okay, I got Sure Enough on with the chartreuse head, and you've got a chartreuse slab bite?
Yep.
Okay, and I've got the silver sparkle, so.
That Show Enough is a good color.
Oh,
and it doesn't
yeah.
matter if you're in cloudy water, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It's dynamite. Boy, I was reeling really slow right there.
Very good white.
That's a white crappie. Looks like a keeper.
First cast on it. This thing's loaded, man. He popped her good too.
Yeah, it looks like a keeper.
Nice black, yeah.
How about that? Man, is it getting more fun
I
than that?
can't believe the numbers of these fish, man.
I know.
And this is, like I say, folks, old school, just going back, throwing a marker out and just casting that way.
Yeah, and that was the first cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Good little keeper black there. Deeper?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Oh, you miss him?
Yep. God, that was the key, man. I was reeling too fast.
Yeah.
That's two in a row. I just slowed way
it
down.
Right.
That thing has to be crawling.
Right. Look.
Yeah.
Same exact size fish.
When he says slow, I think that's what I've been doing wrong. I've been reeling so fast, or not fast, but I thought was slow, but
Yeah, they're little guys though. Yours is a little bit bigger than that one. I think, honestly, I think the trick is the slab bites and just a real slow retrieve. Well, that was a light biter.
was he?
Yeah.
Better fit black nose.
Yeah. Black nose crappie. Russ, look at the black stripe on him.
Magic marker.
Yeah. Starts right here at his nose, goes all the way down his back. Ah, you got him.
Yep. Ooh, not a bad one.
Yeah, good one. Nice
He
bite.
was deep.
Yeah, I saw you reeling really slow.
Man, super slow.
Yeah.
And he was down there. A good keeper fish there.
Yeah. Nice
Cameraman get a shot. The wind's blowing him everywhere.
Got him. Good job, man.
Might be a little better fish, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good job, man.
Oh yeah. Might be one of the good ones of the day.
Yeah, man.
Again, yes, I went heavier. Nice fish. Hush, hush. I was convinced, and I was going to show you another nice fish here. What you got? You got one, Kent?
Yeah. Yeah. I went lighter. You went heavier.
Yeah.
But I was just, you know, I was just experimenting a little bit. I broke off on that other one.
Well, we're in shallower water here, and
Ask the Angler, sponsored by iHole Jig.
how do you get back to that same countdown to get those fish?
Well, it's, you know, originally I was counting down when we were in 14 and 15 foot of water, 1,000, 2,000, I was counting to 8 or 9, okay? And then as we moved out in a little bit deeper water, we got over there in that standing timber for a minute in that 25 foot of water, and I was counting down to 13 or 14. And and that was a fast count with these 1/8. That was 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. When you have a 16th, you can slow your count down a little bit. But basically, I was feeling my way to the brush.
Okay.
And when I would pitch it out there and I felt it come in contact with the brush of the stakes, that's when I kind of made my mental note, hey, that was at a 10 count. And they was either a fast count or a slow count, depending upon what size jig head we were using. So hopefully that kind of helps explain that a little bit. But you know, the key here is keeping the bait in the strike zone, right above the brush, right above the stakes, and then kind of staying in the top part of it. And then as the sun gets up and the day goes on, the fish are going to sink down and get a little bit tighter to the structure. You want to let it get down in there just a little bit deeper.
That's
My
good
man.
fish. That's going to be a good fish there, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. He ain't hooked good. He ain't hooked good. There we go. Thank you, sir.
There's a Priest crappie.
There we go.
Hey, put that light hook, that light weight back on, would you?
Look at there. And he was not hooked good at all. Well, there it goes. Look at there. Kent, the one other thing that we haven't talked about this morning, we started out with different colors, but here, the last hour, Arcabella Gold is it. Is it? That is a nice Percy Priest crappie there.
You've had that Arcabella Gold on for
Yeah.
a little while,
Yep.
and I was switching a bunch of colors that I was catching them on earlier, and I quit getting bit. And
This has been the color this
yeah,
afternoon.
that's been the good color. And
Folks at home on Facebook, you're always seeing me post stuff about Cornfield, what quality they are. I got this man using it now. I noticed you got your Cornfield mounts on.
yeah. Hey, they make some great product made right here in the USA, up there in Kentucky, Gilbertsville area. Old Mark Riddle, man, good guy.
Mark's the dude.
Yeah, supports the fishing industry. He's a really nice guy. And he works hard. He listens to the fishermen. A little tick bite.
There we go.
Yeah.
You might be decent too there, brother.
What
This
you
could be
got?
2 good ones in a row. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Come here. Get the net for you. I got him.
You got him? All right. Black crappie, baby.
Woo, another good one.
All right. Good job, Russ.
Just caught a nice white one. Now I caught a nice black one.
And I think I'm gonna take that pole away from you.
Woo! Good fish.
Yeah, good job, man.
Casting, folks, something not a lot of people do anymore, and it's a blast.
Especially this time of year, you know it?
Yes.
You never see
Yes.
anybody casting this time of year.
And now the BrushPile Gear Check, sponsored by Hook and Bullet Sunglasses.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us in today's BrushPile Gear Check. Kent, I'm gonna let you start this out.
I think number one is we were using a weedless jig head,
Yeah.
and it's got 3 little monofilament pieces of wire right here that cover this hook, and you can see that the monofilament is about an 1/8 inch past the point of the actual hook.
Yep.
I was taking a little bitty 32nd ounce worm weight, all right, and you can see how small that is, and I was running that on the line Okay, so you see my fishing line right here. I've got about 2 or 3 inches pulled out. I'm gonna run it through the bobber stopper. Okay, pull out about 4 inches. And then I'm gonna pull that bobber stopper right up on the line. And all I did was slide it up on my line. So I'm gonna slide it up about 2 feet. I'm gonna grab my 32nd ounce worm weight right here. Run my line through it. Just run it down on the line. Your point is up, okay? The point is facing the little bobber stopper. Absolutely. All right, run it through my jig head, and then I'm just gonna do a quick loop knot. All right, so make a loop, overhand 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna wet it, so I just wet my fingers. I'm gonna pull that loop knot down as close as I can to the jig head, slide it off, cinch it down. In this situation, I want this weight down real close to the jig head, just right on the eye, okay? And that way, if you do get hung up, you know, you have a tendency to get it loose, all right? Yep. Now, one other thing that I do, and it's kind of unique, is I take a little drop of super glue, and I'll run that bait right up on the jig head, okay? And then I take my super glue and I'll just put a little drop right on the top of it right there. So I'm actually gluing the crappie magnet bait to the jig head, and then I let it sit overnight and dry.
Yep.
Okay. Now, one other thing we did today that was really important was we used these slab magnets, okay? And for scent, when I put that slab bite on, is I'll run it up on the hook and I'll run it all the way up on the body to flare the tail out.
Get them out.
Yeah, and it kind of makes that tail fork a little bit, and that's what makes this crappie magnet bait so effective.
So this is a product fairly new on the market. It's called a bait pen by Easy Drift Systems. And I'm telling you, it is awesome because I hate opening the jar, digging in there, opening the jar, digging in there. You actually set this up the night before. Just get them ready. It's easy to do. You load them in there. It's got that opening in there. All I do is push that jig through, pull it out, and just like that, we're good. It's called the bait pen. I wasn't wearing a fancy necklace today. I suppose we used a B&M rod today?
We did. We were using the B&M 6-foot dock shooter. We paired it up with a B&M Pro 100 reel, just a basic spinning reel right here. 6-pound high vis line.
Kent, thanks for joining me for today's gear check.
Always a good time, man.
All right, bud.
Yep. You're gonna have a nice little mess.
You missed another one? You got one? You got one?
I had to catch one.
Hey, a little bit better quality on this tree. Nice white.
Look where he ate it.
Got double? I believe we do. Oh, yes. Come here.
You got him.
Yeah.
2 white ones. Oh, that was awesome.
Look at there.
There you go. I got the little one, you got the big one. I think you're paying me back for earlier. Good day.
Yes, sir.
The guys from Leland Lures, Crappie Magnet, have been talking about developing a swim bait type or a boot tail.
Yep.
And they've come up with a new series. They're calling it the Dancer series. They're about 1 3/4 inches.
They are thin profile. I love it. 1 3/4 inches long. They've got this long, little bit longer boot tail, and it's a nice size on the end of it. And I tell you, I really feel like casting, long line trolling. Long line is going to be dynamite.
Yeah. Any kind of application where you want a lot of action, but a small, slim profile type bait, that's gonna. This Dancer series is really gonna fit that ticket. So let's tie one on, and
we're going to wrap the show up with these, folks. First time on television.
Let's do it, man.
All right, man. Now, these should really do good in that, popping it off the bottom and that paddle going down.
That little tail wiggling.
Got him?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Good one right here.
First show fish on the new crappie magnet.
Yeah.
And it's a crappie. Well,
a little black nose. Caught my first crappie on the new dancer.
There you have it, folks. We said we were going to do it. Took 3 casts, though, before we could get him.
Yeah, 3 casts.
Brand new bait.
Little black nose crappie.
And with that, Kent, the cameraman's saying it's time to wrap it up and head back to Ohio.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, folks, like I said in the beginning, casting is something you don't hear of a whole lot anymore. And today was an absolute blast, especially as the sun came out a little bit more. We started getting the bigger fish and had to make some adjustments. I did, but man, I'll tell you what, Kent, as always, dude, it is so fun fishing with you, man, and we always get a good show.
Oh, absolutely, man. What a good time, and got a good blooper this morning.
We did.
Got a good blooper, and you know, I hadn't kept up with how many fish. We've probably got 15 keepers in there. We caught another 25.
Yep.
So, you know, a lot of action today. The little bit windy. I wish it had been a little bit calmer today, but hey, we made the best of it, caught a ton of fish, had a good time, and man, it's always good to be on brush pile fishing.
Hey, thanks, man. You know we love having you for sure,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. We've been doing this for 10 or 12 years, man.
Long time.
And you know, every episode's always a good time, and like to laugh and kid and joke, and that's, you know, that's really what crappie fishing's all about. So anyways, great trip. Appreciate you guys coming down, and as always, buddy, I enjoyed it, man.
All right, and folks, I hope you enjoyed it. We went back to the basics, finding brush piles, putting your markers out, and casting for crappies. And I hope you enjoyed our new segment. Today's the first time we use it, called Ask the Angler. We'll keep having those on our show. So join our Facebook. Make sure you give us your questions every trip we go to. Kent, have a good one, brother.
All right, see you, buddy.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We'll be back again with brush pile fishing. Folks, if you're looking for a big striper trip, Percy Priest is the place for you. Kent Driscoll can put you on these big monster fish.
Oh, you're killing me, Russ. Come on, man.
And that's a Kent Driscoll 17-pounder caught on a crappie magnet.
Dadgum.
Special thanks to B&M Pole Company, War Eagle Boats, Crappie Magnet, Slime Line Fishing Line, Cornfield Fishing Gear, Eye-Hole Jig, Easy Drift, Driftmaster, Offshore Tackle Company, Power Pole, Mossback Fish Habitat, Hook and Bullet Sunglasses, Garmin,